Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
General Hospital spoilers, the end of Jason and Britt, couple doomed to crash and burn? General Hospital spoilers suggest that we have to ask, is this the end of Jason Morgan and Britt Westbourne? Is this pair bound to crash and burn? Steve Burton has announced his absence from the program, so we have to evaluate what this means for Jason and Britt's future. Even if Steve Burton comes back in the summer as he says he will, Britt and Jason are going to lose any momentum they've established as a love team. It's feasible Jason and Britt might spark things once more down the line, but we also have to think over the likelihood that this forced breakup will endure. Britt just experienced a bit of an awakening due to Lisa Lobrecht, who helped her recognize how valuable time was. That's why Britt made an attempt to visit Jason on Valentine's Day, which was still in process on the ABC drama in the February 16th episode. Britt informed Jason that time may be snatched from them at any moment, therefore she didn't think they should waste a second they had together. That led to passion exploding, but it also felt like it was predicting Jason's capture, supposed demise or both. Britt may blame herself if Ross Cullum retaliates against Jason for this or any subsequent interactions they might try to sneak in. Things certainly won't end well for Jason as he's rushing toward the escape door. Regardless, there's no assurance that Jason and Britt will still be the plan by the time summer gets around. GH writers might send the characters down separate love paths if they feel this reunion doesn't have as much fan support as they might have thought. Do you believe Britt and Jason should both have a romantic reset? Who should Jason be dating instead, and should Britt move on with another love interest as well? No matter how it all goes down, some heartbreak is in Britt's future because to Jason's lengthy sabbatical. General Hospital spoilers warn Jason might be in severe danger in the coming episodes, so stay tuned for updates on any bad news that's brewing. General Hospital spoilers, Willow stuns Nina with a shocking admission, the truth about drugging Drew? General Hospital rumors and updates hint that Willow Kane is ready to make a huge disclosure to Nina Reeves. Will Nina's daughter admit to having drugged Drew Kane, or is her admission referencing something altogether different? Willow will reveal something to Nina, possibly a shocking admission? On February 18th, Willow is scheduled to make a crucial disclosure to Nina. Followers of GH may anticipate that Willow will disclose something that can actually startle Nina. Naturally, this disclosure may be something relatively basic and not necessarily damning. Perhaps Willow will tell that her life has improved now that Drew is out of the picture or something similar. Nevertheless, Willow is gradually beginning to re-establish her faith in Nina and is aware that her mother would go to tremendous lengths for her. This includes keeping illegal secrets, which implies Willow could opt to unburden herself with something more wicked. Will she ultimately acknowledge that she is the genuine shooter, or possibly something even more shocking? Nina may be torn about the truth of the scenario, so she may not be too surprised. A portion of Nina could still retain some concerns about the truth of the scenario, so she may not be altogether taken aback if her daughter admits to having fired at Drew on 2 times that tragic night. Nevertheless, Willow has accelerated her vindictive scheming against Drew now that she has been acquitted of all charges. Shortly after being branded a free woman, Willow took a deadly step by injecting Drew with a chemical that resembled the effects of a stroke. Currently, she continues to administer this medicine to Drew on a daily basis, ensuring that he remains unable to talk or move. Might Willow brag about how she's immobilized Drew, or Nina overhear her taunting him? There is a risk that Willow might betray her actual motives, particularly if Nina happens to overhear her insulting Drew or watches her providing a doubtful dose. How will Nina respond if Willow exposes her plot to keep Drew crippled while she focuses on constructing a better life for herself and her children? Nina had told Willow that her love and support are unchanging, so she could very well display that commitment even if she is outraged by the severe means Willow has taken. There is simply no possibility that Nina would expose Willow to the authorities, thus she would surely aid Willow in concealing any confession she is about to make. Regardless of what Willow finally chooses to share, General Hospital spoilers indicate that she will undoubtedly present Nina with updates on some key events. Lucas apologizes to Carly, Sidwell under attack, Rick grills Sunny. Lucas Jones will have a hefty apology for Carly Spencer, while Jen Sidwell finds himself under assault. Rick Lansing will also interrogate Sunny Corinthos, so there'll be a lot happening in Tuesday's GH episode. At the Metro Court, Rick will pick up on an odd atmosphere between Sunny and ADA Justine Turner, so he'll put his half-brother through an interrogation. Over with Sidwell, he'll confront Tracy Quartermain's onslaught. Tracy will supposedly blast on Sidwell, so this may involve some nasty deception news. At the Quartermain home, Dante Falconeri will disclose something to Michael Corinthos. That may entail the Drew Kane probe and Dante's notion that it'll help them both if they spend some time apart. As for Harrison Chase, he'll refer to some investigative avenue that Nathan West isn't exploring. Chase still feels Michael is guilty, especially after discovering the planted key and figuring out it opened Drew's door, so he may find a method to lead Nathan toward Michael's arrest. At GH, Willow Kane will send a resignation letter to Elizabeth Baldwin and formally depart her work at the hospital. Now that Willow's got full access to Drew's money, she can leave nursing behind and focus on other things like spending time with her children thanks to the new custody agreement. Of course, Willow would want to maintain providing the image that she's caring for Drew while she surreptitiously poisons him to keep him helpless. Next, Lucas will apologize to Carly and seemingly concede she was right about Marco Rios all along. Carly may obtain information on what Lucas uncovered regarding the risk to Britt Westbourne as well as Sonny. Marco claimed he'd chose Lucas and swore he'd be out soon Sidwell's new project was complete, which led to Lucas hugging him. However, Lucas may just feel that he needs to play along or else Sonny and Britt may face the price. Finally, General Hospital spoilers predict Laura Collins will bring Alexis Davis to her office and catch her off guard, so stay tuned for more information on their chat. General Hospital Maurice Bernard desperate for a break from the soap. General Hospital spoilers claim that it appears like there's more than just one actor that needs a break from the show. Maurice Bernard yearning for a break from the soap. That's because there's considerable conjecture claiming that Maurice Bernard would be just as yearning for a long vacation from this imaginary metropolis of Port Charles, much like his co-worker and dear buddy, Steve Burton. It was just disclosed by Steve himself that he was planned on taking many lengthy months off from the soap and that he was seeking to return back to work perhaps later this year. However, Steve made it plain that his choice to take a vacation has nothing to do with his contract, nor does it have to do with his personal life or his health for that matter. He just wants to focus on his wife and his family and come back when the time is perfect. And for someone like Maurice, he absolutely understands and evidently wants to do the same on his end too. After all, Maurice has been playing with the thought of an early retirement. As much as he loves General Hospital and playing his legendary character, Sonny Corinthos, even he understands that sooner or later it's going to be time to hang up his hat and call it a day. What's next for Maurice Bernard? That's why a sabbatical would be a wonderful idea right now, simply so Maurice may dip his toes in a pool like early retirement just to explore how it feels like. But whether or not that's actually going to happen, remains to be seen, but it doesn't mean he's not thinking about it. So far Maurice Bernard himself has not made any comments regarding the subject, but at this point it's improbable that anything will be spoken. That's because Maurice understands that he needs to stay on the program if he wants to continue cashing in his General Hospital salary. Because unlike Steve Burton, there might not be a plot for his character waiting for him when he decides to come back. Willow loses control, Lucas becomes a target and Britt's secret meeting imperils Jason. Drew's misery deepens as Willow tightens her grip. Drew suffers rising uncertainty as Willow continues her drugging strategy. He feels weaker each day, yet he cannot comprehend why his lucidity slips so often. Willow conceals every suspicious moment with phony concern, which further enhances Drew's susceptibility. Her plot changes swiftly when she uncovers new ways to influence his schedule. Drew senses danger, but he fails to realize the full threat. His discomfort intensifies when Willow provides surprising news that alters his already shaky world. That discovery lays the groundwork for worse turns. Britt and Jason risk everything for one secret meeting. Britt longs for a private Valentine's moment, so she covertly seeks out Jason. Their reunion gives comfort, but their timing bears considerable peril. Cullum's network monitors attentively, and one error might reveal all. Their stolen time amplifies the danger surrounding Jason. Britt exits the conference certain she made things worse. Jason feels the walls closing in as Cullum's anger hangs over every choice he makes. General Hospital spoilers, Lucas confronts Marco and faces new threats. Lucas presses for the truth and corners Marco at Windmir. The argument grows intense as Lucas reveals Marco's lie. He goes away prepared to confront Carly next, ready to accept she warned him accurately. Sidwell is concerned as Lucas departs the estate. Tracy's stern warning earlier still lingers, while Lucas' drive presses him farther. Sidwell believes Lucas will expose too much, and that worry generates a new target. Michael spirals as new trouble strikes. Dante admits something that upsets Michael deeply. That fact leaves Michael shaky as additional legal jeopardy arises. Evidence piled up swiftly, and murmurs of his arrest become stronger. Rick's surprising revelation adds gasoline to the situation. Sonny examines Rick's remarks carefully, but the confession may change everything for Michael's case and for the Corinthos family as a whole. General Hospital spoilers for the week of February 23 to 27, 2026. The fallout at Windmir explodes. Lucas gets out of Windmir and attempts to reclaim control of his life. Sidwell panics as he learns Lucas now carries harmful knowledge. Lucas' next move might shatter months of preparation, leaving Sidwell frantic to quiet him. Tension escalates swiftly as Lucas comes paths with someone unexpected. That moment alters the plot and raises doubts about his safety. Sidwell scrambles to handle the situation as secrets seep out quicker than he can manage. Cullum's wrath zeroes in on Jason. Cullum is skeptical of Britt's actions and begins piecing things together. His dread of betrayal grows. Jason sees a threat approaching, however he cannot pinpoint the particular danger. Cullum's reach spreads fast, making every stride feel heavier. Britt knows her decisions may affect Jason more than she intended. She confronts a terrible decision as Cullum draws in. Their future relies on one hazardous decision that might either save Jason or cement his doom. General Hospital spoilers, Michael's parenting chaos and Wiley's innocent truth. Michael confronts a legal nightmare with Willow and the parenting arrangement. The key Willow planted haunts him as the situation becomes dirtier. Every detail now holds weight, and each blunder threatens his status. Wiley remembers seeing Chase drop Michael's keychain on the floor. He shares the recollection at the worst possible time. That confession raises additional suspicion that transfers responsibility and changes the probe drastically. Kai watches Drew closely as suspicion grows. Kai remains close to Drew and observes every weird moment. He detects discrepancies that propel him toward the truth. His instincts strengthen as Willow's conduct becomes harder to ignore. Kai contemplates notifying Alexis, but he worries disturbing the wrong time. One honest report might reveal Willow's scheme and save Drew. Yet one misstep may lose Kai everything. GH's Maxi should stay with Spinelli, giving Nathan and Lulu a chance at romance. Unpopular stance, but Spinelli and Maxi belong together. General Hospital's Maxi is back in the mix after months in a coma, and life looks a lot different than it did last summer. Maxi will be presented with a dilemma when she finds Nathan isn't so dead, but we are here to say, there really isn't a choice. Spinelli is the guy for her, especially now that Lulu has captured Nathan's interest. Key takeaways: Maxi and Spinelli are endgame. Sparks are flying with Nathan and Lulu. GH viewers weigh in on Maxi's love life. Here's why Maxi should choose Spinelli on GH. Listen, we are completely aware that this isn't a popular stance, but hear us out nonetheless. While Maxi and Spinelli began off as a youthful love, when they got back together 2 years ago, everything changed. Their relationship was a grown-up love, empty of the stress they had given each other in the past. Well, largely the turmoil Maxi had caused Spinelli. That's because they both had other loves, Spinelli with Ellie and Maxi with Nathan. However, in the end, Maxi and Spinelli battled their way back to one another. The look on Maxi's face seeing Spinelli there as she came up from her coma was priceless. Spinelli has never been bashful about his affection for his Maximista. She has always been the one for him. It took Maxi time, and a disastrous romance with neurotic Peter August, but Maxi ultimately understood Spinelli is the guy for her. They have a real affection that will no sure be challenged by Nathan's homecoming. However, it shouldn't be destroyed, and Spinelli shouldn't be wounded because Nathan is back, especially in light of his increasing love for Lulu. Lulu and Nathan deserve each other. Sparks are flying with Nathan and Lulu, and GH should see where it goes with these two. One reason is the drama it will produce amongst Maxi, Lulu, Nathan, and Dante. These 4 friends and previous lovers will be challenged like never before. It will be pure soap fun. Adding Brooke Lynn into the mix will further heighten the soapy deliciousness of this plot. Another reason Nathan and Lulu deserve a shot at romance is because we don't even sure whether he's truly Nathan. It's a safe bet he's not Nathan, which means Maxi shouldn't blow up her relationship with Spinelli or break his heart for a phony. Some GH supporters are on our side in this dispute. One fan on X wrote, "I might be the only one that wants Nathan and Lulu together because I've always been a Spixie fan." Another fan chimed in to say, "I may be in the minority and I'm sure I am, but I want Maxi to stay with Spinelli and Lulu and Nathan to have a real shot." Do you agree or disagree with our unpopular opinion on Maxi, Spinelli, Lulu, and Nathan? Sound off in the below comments area. Willow quits, Dante cuts Michael off, and Nathan targets a new suspect. Willow's exit shocks Elizabeth and deepens the Drew crisis. Willow calls Elizabeth with sad news. She wants to retire from GH after taking a close look at her pressured schedule. Drew requires regular supervision now, and she feels that working shifts again may strain her over her capabilities. Elizabeth listens intently as Willow recounts her emotional burden. The situation holds great weight since nothing feels simple for Willow now. Yet the greater reality stays buried. Willow keeps drugging Drew, and that secret motivates every new move she takes. Her shame builds while her plan gets difficult to maintain. She cannot risk questioning from her co-workers. She cannot risk Elizabeth recognizing Drew's odd condition. This forced escape may safeguard Willow, but it also creates greater suspicion surrounding her actions. General Hospital spoilers. Nathan follows a new lead as Chase suggests a risky angle at the PCPD. Chase chats with Nathan and asks him to adjust his focus. He indicates that Nathan may have neglected an avenue that may disclose a new suspect. Nathan listens intently because this case continues cracking open in unexpected ways. Chase pushes him into a route that might flip countless lives upside down. Nathan soon reconsiders Michael's role in the Drew shooting inquiry. The proposal makes him disturbed, yet he cannot dismiss the logic behind Chase's thought. A hint may soon tie Michael to Drew's keychain. That development might elevate the stakes even more. Nathan acts with cautiously, but pressure grows on him as the truth comes closer. Dante cuts off Michael as their trust collapses again. Dante crosses paths with Michael and works to keep his emotions stable. The Drew case weighs heavily on them both. Dante eventually realizes that distance may be the safest decision for now. That saddens him to say that, yet he cannot ignore the tension that continues developing between them. Michael reacts with annoyance while attempting to grasp Dante's reserved approach. The brothers move apart as anxiety propels every interaction. Their common past makes this fracture heartbreaking, but the research has created too many divides. Dante feels standing back may safeguard them both while the investigation proceeds ahead. Michael perceives the choice as a sign of uncertainty, and that scars him terribly. General Hospital spoilers. Lucas confesses to Carly as the Marco situation turns darker. Lucas sees Carly in the Metro court and spends no time apologizing. He acknowledges she was accurate about Marco's disturbing conduct. His voice shakes as he describes the bizarre clues he acquired. Carly gives calm support as Lucas reveals Marco's links to Sidwell's ongoing issues. He confesses he hugged Marco but still felt something terrible lurking. Lucas contemplates going along with Marco now, believing he can manage the situation. The threat against Britt and Sonny puts great pressure on his choices. Lucas fights with fear while pushing for clarity. Every move forward entails risk since Marco's link to Sidwell seems increasingly shaky each day. Rick pressures Sonny while Laura brings shocking updates. Rick sees Sonny engage with Justine and instantly feels tension. He confronts Sonny for explanations and attempts to grasp the relationship. Sonny gives little up as he safeguards his tactics. Rick pushes harder since the stakes feel bigger than normal. Sonny chooses silence, which only compounds the mystery surrounding his work with Justine. Meanwhile, Laura shares unexpected news to Alexis, and the knowledge affects their current viewpoint. Tracy also confronts Sidwell in a furious scene that hints at worse threats coming. The day widens with new disclosures as power conflicts intensify across the canvas. Liesl's bombshell, Marco exposed and Spinelli terrified. In GH, Liesl unleashes a bombshell, Maxi discovers the truth about Nathan, Spinelli spirals, and Lucas suffers a horrific betrayal at Windmir. Liesl told Nathan and Britt. Maxi woke up at the hospital. Britt was stunned by Nathan's announcement that Anna Devane believed their father was alive. As they chatted about Anna's allegation, Liesl came in to inform Nathan that Maxi had woken up. She pushed him to call Maxi, but Nathan, feeling overwhelmed, begged for a minute. "Mom, slow down," Britt pleaded. Albrecht agreed to give them space but believed Nathan and Maxi belonged together as Nathan went to gather his thoughts. Alone with Britt, Albrecht indicated Nathan was shielding his heart, terrified to hope for a reconciliation with Maxi. Britt told her parents that they didn't know what Maxi or Nathan actually wanted, and she looked distant when Liesl stressed how essential time was. Felicia explained to Maxi about the circumstances of Nathan's return after Felicia informed Maxi that Nathan was alive and had been in Port Charles for 6 months. Maxi found it hard to believe. She reminded Felicia that her husband had died right in front of her and was buried, Felicia understood Maxi's suspicion but confessed that Anna had verified it was truly Nathan. Maxi was taken aback when her mother said that Nathan's cemetery was vacant and recalled what he remembered about his life. Felicia then suggested the hypothesis that Faison was involved since Britt was also alive. Maxi gasped. 2 of Faison's children returning at the same time? That can't be simply coincidence, she remarked. Alexis, Molly and Christina met at the Metro Court. Alexis Davis sat at a table in the Metro Court with Christina Corinthos Davis and Molly Lansing Davis. Molly informed her mom about her new book, and Christina eagerly emphasized how delighted Molly's agent was about it. Alexis seemed frightened when Molly indicated she wouldn't publish the book. Christina claimed she submitted it to Molly's editor without asking and stated that Molly didn't want to publish to spare Cody Bell's emotions.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.